What happens when one of China's most promising young actors finds himself at the center of an agency meltdown over a single film scene that allegedly went catastrophically wrong? The entertainment industry erupted into chaos yesterday when reports surfaced that Su Kai had been severely reprimanded by his management agency following what insiders are describing as a major on-set incident, involving a controversial scene that has reportedly caused panic among producers, investors, and network executives. But here's where this story takes an absolutely unprecedented turn that nobody saw coming. Tansongyun, who was supposed to remain professionally neutral given the complex industry politics involved, went live on social media and delivered an impassioned defense of Su Kai that has now created a secondary scandal potentially more explosive than the original controversy. Why would Tansongyun risk her own standing in the industry to publicly defend Su Kai? What really happened during that film scene that triggered such an extreme response from his agency? And most importantly, what does Tansongyun know about the situation that the rest of us don't? The initial reports about Su Kai being reprimanded by his agency began circulating through entertainment industry insider channels early Tuesday morning, with vague references to a serious on-set incident and professional conduct concerns that immediately sent fans and media into speculation overdrive. But what makes this situation absolutely explosive and different from typical actor-agency disputes is the severity of the reported reprimand and the speed with which it became public knowledge, suggesting either a catastrophic breach of professional protocol or deliberate leaking of information to damage Su Kai's reputation. Within hours, multiple entertainment journalists were reporting that Su Kai's agency had called an emergency meeting, that senior management was furious about something that happened during filming, and that there were serious discussions about potential contract implications and future project commitments. The words being used by sources close to the situation include unprecedented, career-threatening, and potentially irreparable damage, suggesting this goes far beyond minor creative differences or typical on-set challenges that actors navigate regularly. The bombshell that transformed this from industry insider gossip into a full-blown public sensation came approximately 6 hours after the initial reports, when Tansongyun unexpectedly started a live stream on her social media account and immediately addressed the Su Kai situation with a directness and emotional intensity that shocked her millions of followers. "I need to say something because what's happening to Su Kai right now is completely unjust, and people need to know the truth," Tansongyun announced within the first 30 seconds of her live stream, her voice carrying obvious anger and frustration that suggested she had been holding back from speaking publicly, but finally reached a breaking point. What followed was a nearly 20-minute defense of Su Kai that systematically challenged the narrative being constructed around the controversial film scene, questioned the motives of his agency in handling the situation so publicly, and ultimately positioned herself squarely in opposition to powerful industry forces that could potentially retaliate against her for speaking out. Why would Tansongyun take such an enormous professional risk? What is her relationship with Su Kai that would motivate such loyalty and courage? The specific details of what actually happened during the controversial film scene remain frustratingly unclear despite the intense media coverage and speculation, with different sources offering conflicting accounts that range from minor improvisation that upset traditional creative hierarchies to more serious allegations involving departure from approved script content or inappropriate behavior during filming. Some reports suggest that Su Kai made creative choices during a crucial dramatic scene that diverged from the director's vision and the approved screenplay, creating footage that producers now believe cannot be used without expensive reshoots. Other rumors circulating through entertainment industry channels hint at something more serious involving interactions with co-stars or crew members that allegedly made some people on set uncomfortable, though these more serious allegations remain completely unsubstantiated and have been vehemently denied by people claiming direct knowledge of what actually occurred. The fog of conflicting information and deliberate vagueness from official sources has created an information vacuum that speculation and rumor are eagerly filling. Tansongyun's live-stream defense of Su Kai provided the first detailed alternative narrative to the agency's apparent position, though her account raises as many questions as it answers. According to Tansongyun, who claims to have spoken directly with people present during the filming of the controversial scene, Su Kai was following the director's instructions when he made the creative choices that have now become so controversial. He was being a professional actor responding to direction in the moment, Tansongyun insisted during her live stream, her frustration obvious as she emphasized each word. "The idea that he went rogue or did something unprofessional is completely false, and I have witnesses who will confirm this." Tansongyun went on to suggest that the real issue isn't Su Kai's professional conduct but rather conflicts between different creative visions for the project and political dynamics within the production that are now being blamed on Su Kai rather than being acknowledged as systemic issues involving multiple parties and competing interests. The immediate response to Tansongyun's livestream was absolutely explosive, with millions of viewers tuning in real time in social media platforms, experiencing severe slowdowns as users rushed to watch, share, and comment on her unexpected intervention. Within minutes, hashtags related to both Tansongyun and Sukai were trending globally, with the live stream being recorded and shared across every social media platform and entertainment news outlet scrambling to analyze what her defense meant and what consequences it might have for both actors' careers. The comment sections of every post related to the situation devolved into heated debates between those praising Tansongyun's courage in speaking truth to power and those questioning her judgment in publicly involving herself in what many view as an internal matter between Sukai and his management. Some observers are already calling her live stream one of the most significant moments of celebrity activism and peer support in Chinese entertainment history, while critics argue she has overstepped professional boundaries and potentially made the situation worse for everyone involved. The question of what relationship exists between Sukai and Tansongyun that would motivate such a strong public defense has become almost as controversial as the original incident itself. The two actors have worked together on previous projects and have been photographed together at various industry events, but there's no public record of an especially close friendship or relationship that would obviously explain why Tansongyun would risk her own career standing to defend him. Entertainment journalists who have covered both actors throughout their careers express surprise at Tansongyun's intervention, with several noting that she has historically been quite careful about avoiding controversy and maintaining good relationships across the industry. Her willingness to publicly challenge Sukai's agency and potentially alienate powerful industry figures represents a significant departure from her typical professional caution, suggesting either a depth of friendship that wasn't previously public knowledge or a principled stand against what she perceives as injustice regardless of personal cost. The response from Sukai's agency to Tansongyun's livestream defense has been notably absent, with the company declining to issue any official statement addressing her claims or clarifying the situation beyond terse initial comments about internal matters being handled appropriately. This strategic silence is itself communicating something significant, though observers disagree about what exactly that message might be. Some industry analysts interpret the silence as an agency recognizing that engaging publicly with Tansongyun would only amplify the controversy and give her claims more credibility. Others suggest the silence indicates the agency is scrambling to reassess their handling of the situation, now that a respected peer has publicly questioned their narrative and their treatment of their own client. The tension between wanting to maintain authority over their talent while also managing public perception and industry relationships creates a complex challenge that has no obvious optimal solution. The broader context of actor-agency relationships in the Chinese entertainment industry provides crucial background for understanding why this situation has become so inflammatory and controversial. Talent agencies wield enormous power over actors' careers, controlling access to projects, managing public images, and making strategic decisions that can make or break professional trajectories. Actors are typically expected to defer to agency judgment, even when they disagree with specific decisions, creating power dynamics that many industry observers believe can be exploitative or harmful. The fact that Sukai's agency chose to handle their displeasure with him so publicly rather than resolving issues privately suggests either a complete breakdown in their relationship or a deliberate strategy to assert authority and send messages to both Sukai and other talent under their management. Tansongyun's public challenge to this display of agency power represents a significant moment in ongoing debates about how talent should be treated and whether the current power structures serve creative interests or primarily benefit management companies. The film production at the center of this entire controversy has itself become collateral damage, with reports suggesting that filming has been temporarily suspended while producers, network executives, and various other stakeholders attempt to navigate the crisis that has now engulfed the project. Multiple sources close to the production describe a tense and confused atmosphere on set,